Hey everyone, Tony here. Hope you're doing well. It is Wednesday, November 28th. I have some bullish news for you guys. Now, of course, yesterday we had a wave of positive news, which we talked about. Obviously, Consensus Invest was yesterday. And what we're seeing, and I think it's as a result of the positive news, the market is pumping. We see Bitcoin back over 4,000. It's currently at 4,300. XRP currently at 39 cents. Ethereum 125. Now, this is obviously nowhere near where we were, obviously, about a month ago. But it's good to see green always, seeing the market at least not just in a downward spiral or downslide. However, we have to let these things play out. This could be a dead bounce, just a quick squeeze or a bull trap. So we have to be careful with these things. Let's let it play out. I think the market could go down further, or we could have hit the bottom. It's hard to tell. As I've stated before, there is manipulation in the market. And it's you can't predict the future, obviously, but we can at least make some educated guesses. So on one hand, we could have hit the bottom. It could be going back up, or this is just a bull trap or whatever, and it's going to correct and keep going back down. So just keep holding, because why we are looking at not just the prices or the market, we are looking at what the big money is doing, not just what people are saying. What are the actions? What are they building? Who's getting involved, right? And that's what's tells you the true story of what's happening. And the theme or the thought that we've been talking about here is the infrastructure being laid out for this market. We are in the infrastructure stage where the foundation's being laid for growth, and I think 2019 we're going to see some major growth given the facts we've heard, right? With Fidelity, TD Ameritrade, Bakkt, all the big major players getting into the market. Now, the first news I want to share with you guys, the New York Stock Exchange. This is not a joke, guys. This is not some random person. This is the New York Stock Exchange chairman he said, Bitcoin and digital assets are here to stay. To stay. What have we been talking about? Despite the prices, despite the bear market, this is a new asset class that is here to stay. Governments are putting out their regulations. Big money is setting up their services. They are getting in. They're looking to make money off of this. This is not a hobby or a game for them. This is about making money. And with the fact that you have a guy from the New York Stock Exchange, think about that. The New York Stock Exchange chairman is saying this. Jeff Sprecher, chairman of the New York Stock Exchange, says Bitcoin and other digital assets are here to stay. Sprecher is also the CEO of what? Intercontinental Exchange. And which is teaming up with Microsoft and Starbucks to launch Bakkt, a company that will facilitate Bitcoin features in January. So he's putting his money where his mouth is. He's not just saying it. He's the CEO of the International ICE, or the Intercontinental Exchange, and they are launching their own cryptocurrency trading service that is global, going to provide custody service and obviously physically backed Bitcoin futures, guys. So he said here, we're creating that infrastructure that doesn't exist today, which we think is a big opportunity for institutional investors to come in. This quote was from Bakkt's CEO Kelly Loeffler. Kelly Loeffler. I keep pronouncing her name wrong. So as you can see, these guys are in Wall Street. The New York Stock Exchange, the NASDAQ, we heard yesterday, is going to release Bitcoin futures in 2019 as well. I hope you see what's happening here. Despite the prices, these guys are building their services out. They are not prisoners of the moment. They're not just focused on price. They're looking at the bigger picture. And I hope you do as well, because you have to change your mindset from just how normal day-to-day people think, and you have to start thinking as the big money would think. You have to start thinking about from a business standpoint, from a money-making standpoint, from an adoption standpoint, from marketing and mainstream and how all these things work together. And once you grasp that, you understand there's a process to this. And the weak hands have been shook out, and well, there may be still more that needs to come out, but I hope you guys hold on to this, and you're not focused only on the price, and you don't become that statistic of the Wall Street sentiment, right? Into despair and depression, and I give up, I hate this, I'm tired of the prices going down, right? Don't become that statistic. You got to look at the bigger picture. This is why I try to share the facts with you guys. So very bullish news here from the chairman of the New York Stock Exchange and the CEO of the Intercontinental Exchange. So on to the next news, which I thought was super interesting. A judge has slapped down the SEC attempt to label ICO token as security, a specific ICO token. Shout out to Leonidas for finding this. The SEC failed to demonstrate that the Blockvest ICO met the characteristics of a security under U.S. law. The case will go to trial as such. This is super interesting, guys, and this was reported on multiple fronts here by CCN talking about that. And also we see some folks who are lawyers, like this person here, Sarah Hody. She's an attorney. She talked about it as well. This is a California federal judge. This is very interesting. Going back to my video yesterday where we talked about the Jay Clayton, the chairman of the SEC, refused to talk about XRP. We talked about why they're not going to rule XRP as a security. I think that Ripple has already given heads up maybe over a year ago, and they started making the moves to becoming more decentralized. But it also shows that the SEC doesn't have clear guidelines here that even a federal judge can interpret and say, well, okay, this aligns with a security. There's a lot of gray areas here, and that's why even the FUDsters run around, the haters go around and say XRP security, XRP security. But when you actually measure it up to securities laws, 99% of the items don't match the securities law items that XRP has, the attributes, right? So I hope you guys get that. But I think this is very interesting, and it's something that the SEC is going to have to work out on. But it could be some good news for the market that, the SEC doesn't have a full clear understanding themselves. And the judge is saying, well, you can't do that to this ICO token launch here. So I wanted to share that with you guys because it's very interesting. And the timing is interesting as well. So here on Law 360, they talk about it as well. And it looks like... Let me actually just give you guys some details here. And what could be a significant development for the ICO industry, U.S. District Judge Gonzalo P. Carrillo found the SEC had not demonstrated that tokens Blockvest LLC, I can't speak today, offered to 32 purported test investors ahead of an expected $100 million ICO were subject to securities laws. Here's a quote. Plaintiff and defendants provide starkly different facts as to what the 32 test investors relied on in terms of promotional materials, information, economic inducements, or oral representations at the seminars before they purchased the test tokens, Judge Carell said. Therefore, because they are disputed issues of fact, the court cannot make a determination whether the test tokens were securities. This is interesting, and let's see how this plays out, guys. Let's see how this plays out. But nevertheless, very interesting. Now, on to some other really big news, and this is around Ethereum. Amazon has launched a new service for building blockchains. Tech giant Amazon is launching a blockchain service to help clients develop blockchain networks without incurring the cost of creating their own platform. Announced Wednesday at Amazon's reInvent conference, the Amazon Managed Blockchain Platform is a fully managed service that makes it easy to create and manage scalable blockchain networks. Users can build platforms using either Hyperledger Fabric or Ethereum. But Ethereum is not right now available. It will be eventually, but the Hyperledger Fabric is available. Guys, Amazon is going to be leveraging Ethereum to help people build blockchains. This is very big news for Ethereum. And as I've stated before, and some people don't like it, but I personally diversify. I'm most bullish on XRP. It's the biggest part of my portfolio. I have Bitcoin, but also have Ethereum. And I told you guys I've been loading up on some Ethereum Classic when the prices were low in the dip. Not financial investment advice. It's just what I'm doing. So just like the .com boom in the 90s, there will be multiple winners coming out of the market. You had your Google, your Amazons, and many others, right? it's likewise, you could have your XRP, your Ethereum, maybe your Stellar, and many others. Will there be a lot that fail? Sure, because there's a lot of, shit coins and BS ICOs. So this is a big win for Ethereum. And remember what I told you guys while I was at World CryptoCon, even the article that came out in the New York Times with Blockchains LLC and what they're planning to build out there, guys. And it's going to be powered by Ethereum. So there's some very big things ahead for Ethereum. And remember the news I shared with you guys as well, where a government used the Ethereum blockchain for handling a public auction, I believe it was, if I'm not mistaken. And they also, I know a couple of banks even used the Ethereum network for a loan, or the way they funded that loan or something like that. I've shared in, if you've been a subscriber to this channel, you've seen that. And here it is, cryptocurrency millionaire wants to build a utopia in Nevada. It's going to be powered by Ethereum. So there's some big things ahead of Ethereum. So I know sometimes people tend to, become cliquey and clannish. And I'm about facts and logic and reason. And, I'm most bullish on XRP, obviously. But that doesn't mean nothing else will win. So I hope you guys... And I said this in my video the other day, don't become like the Bitcoin maximalist, where nothing else matters, and everything else is crap, only my coin matters. Don't be like that. And many of you in the XRP community, I see statements saying this is crap and that's this. You got to base it on facts and logic here, right? And look at the actual adoption, the actual facts of what's going on. So hope you guys understand my position. But here you go. Ethereum will be leveraged there very much in this whole community that they're building. So Ethereum is what he believes makes this community more than just a giant real estate project. Every resident employee will have what amounts to an Ethereum address, and they will use to vote on local measures and store their personal data. Very big things are ahead. There's different tokens with different utilities. I believe when Ripple launches their smart contract platform, it's going to compete with Ethereum, obviously. And obviously Ripple has a lot of the banks on board, and so they can easily get those folks to join on there. But there's competition. There could be competition for the smart contract. There's many other tokens and projects out there as well who are based on smart contracts. So it's a bright future, and a lot of competition is going to be around. So we'll see how things play out. But here on Amazon's website, here they clearly mentioned the Ethereum, how it's going to be leveraged and how all of this works. So very interesting stuff here, guys. And they said here, Hyperledger Fabric available today, Ethereum coming soon. This is Amazon. So a big win for Ethereum. And if you're holding Ethereum, keep holding. I know the price is down. I know they have their ICO issues, but you got to look at the bigger picture. It is still, even let's say, right, I personally been on record that XRP would capture number 2 spot and then eventually capture number 1. But that doesn't mean Ethereum is dead or something's wrong with it, where in a sense that it can't be used. Hope you get that. It's still the number 3 crypto, trading at $130, guys. So big things ahead. And if you recall, and you know me, I no coincidence here. I don't think it's a coincidence. The CFTC launch information about the smart contracts. Remember I showed you guys this yesterday because Vitalik Buterin, the founder of Ethereum, retweeted this. It's the CFTC's guide on smart contracts. I don't think that's a surprise or a coincidence, I should say, given that today we heard this news that Amazon is going to be launching a service and giving you the option of Ethereum. So moving ahead, now, Fidelity's once dormant crypto VC fund is back in action. Now, don't get this confused with the trading service they said they're going to launch next year. They actually had a crypto VC fund. I didn't know about this, so let me give you the details. Fidelity's Investments Crypto Venture Fund is back in action. The $2.5 trillion dollar money manager made a big splash in the cryptocurrency world recently when it announced it was launching Fidelity Digital Assets, a custodian and execution service businesses for digital assets. However, it turns out that that's not the firm's only cryptocurrency operation. Big things are ahead. As previously reported by Business Insider, the firm launched an exploratory fund in 2017 to invest in crypto-related assets as well as companies in this space. It became inactive earlier this year after a number of key employees exited the firm. The block can report that the VC fund is active again with a new fund manager, according to the person with a direct knowledge of the situation. So, bringing it back. Why? Getting ready for 2019 and the growth of this market, guys. This year was the bear market, the infrastructure build out, and the bottoming out, as we can see. In a way, it's good to have those corrections so that you can set the platform for growth, which, as you know, in market cycles, these things need to happen. Just like the stock market, the housing market, right? You have a run-up, correction. It doesn't stay in corrective mode all the time. Then it'll go back up. Markets move in cycles. So, as you can see, guys, Fidelity is going all in. They are not playing around. Now, onto some other news here, specifically to XRP. Bitrate, shout out to Leonidas, an Australian blockchain and asset investment and portfolio management platform for everyday users, has added XRP trading. It looks like XRP and Litecoin trading. So this is recent news. So continued listings of XRP here. And this is interesting. I didn't know about this. Ripple is a member and a Silver Affinity sponsor of BAFT, an association for organizations actively engaged in international transaction banking, 200 banks, 73 solution providers, and 10 government agencies. So I didn't know they were part of this, but we continue to see Ripple is they're like tentacles are in everywhere, spread everywhere, in the government, in this bank, in that association, in this. So good sign as a XRP holder, because you need these relationships. You need to have all of these connections, right? If you're trying to get these financial institutions and banks to work with you. So definitely smart moves on their front. So guys, quickly recap. New York Stock Exchange chairman and CEO of ICE, the Intercontinental Exchange, says Bitcoin and digital assets, essentially crypto, is here to stay. It ain't going nowhere, guys. Interesting stuff coming out from the SEC, as a judge in California, said the SEC hasn't shown that what this company Blockvest ICO has done is a security, or their ICOs, the tokens are a security. So this is interesting. They push back on the SEC's ruling here. So Amazon launching a blockchain building service, and it's going to leverage Ethereum. The CFTC obviously launching that Ethereum guide yesterday. We saw Vitalik retweeted. Fidelity resurfacing its crypto VC fund, along with the plan to launch their custody and trading service. Very big things ahead. So what do you guys think? We're seeing so much positive news, the market pumping here. As I said, let's be careful. Let's watch it. I think the price could still go back down. We have to wait and let these things play out. So what do you guys think about this? Leave your thoughts and comments below. Thumbs up if you like this video. Please subscribe if you haven't already. Don't forget to follow me on Facebook and Twitter. Links in the description. If you find my videos and channel helpful, please share with your friends and family who want to learn about crypto. We look at the facts here, make educated guesses, no over speculating here. And I thank you guys for your support, and I'll talk to you all later.